video is a quick run through of the Kounta back office. When you log into Kounta, you'll end up either on the Kounta dashboard, on My Kounta, or on the Kounta Sites page. My Kounta has a couple of different options. First is the dashboard, showing you different things that are happening within the Kounta universe, your incomplete sites, and your active sites. There's the profile section, which will show you information about your profile, and this is where you go to change things like your email address or your PIN number, any of your credit card information. The account section is all about the active subscriptions you have, so you can see a list of all of your companies here that you're connected to and any sites that you have outstanding invoices for or that you're paying for. And then you have all of your invoice history here. So this is information about bills that you've paid for Kounta itself. If we go into the Sites panel, if you have a single site, you'll automatically get taken into that site. If you've got multiple sites, you'll have a site selector and then be taken into the site. Now the Sites panel is all about site-specific settings. The site has a dashboard, similar to the dashboard you see in My Kounta. You have site information, which is the specific site information that prints on the receipts at that site. You have your register settings for each individual register and the settings associated with those registers. Those register settings include the register's name, the sales prefix, any of your register printing options, your register workflows and things like that. You have all of the add-ons that are enabled and disabled for this site, and you can turn them on and off from this menu here. You have your site products list, so this is where you can change the availability of products at this specific site. You have the pricing tab here, which is turned on via an add-on called Price Lists that lets you create specific pricing for certain times of the day, like happy hours or specials. You have your printers section, which is all about your site printing options. You've got a number of different options here for setting up your printing for your specific site. Now keep in mind, this is for your site printing. Register specific printing, like which printer prints the receipt for a certain register and things like that, all happens from the registers menu. And then you have the purchases and stock count tabs turned on by the inventory add-on if you're using inventory within Kounta, and wastage turned on by the wastage add-on if you're using wastage within Kounta. Next tab down is the products tab. You have two tabs across the top, your products tab, which lets you actively manage all of your products within Kounta, and then your categories. Now you can add categories either from the categories page here by hitting add category, or from the products page when you're adding a new product. In this add category section, you simply type the name of a category you don't have and click create new category. There's another guide that goes into more depth about the product section. Now there's the people section. The people section within Kounta is split up into your users, so people who can log into Kounta, interact with the point of sale and sell things, and then your contacts, which is all of your suppliers, your customers, and any other contact information you want to store within Kounta. Your contacts can be imported and exported with these buttons here. You can create a new contact here. When it comes to managing your users, you can invite a new user with this button here, and you can click on any user here, change any of their details, and also assign different permissions to that user based around a large number of options, or simply turn this user into an admin and save those options. The reports section of Kounta are extremely in-depth reports that give you information to make better business decisions using the information Kounta has. The first page you'll see is the dashboard. You can filter by a number of criteria, and you'll see your dashboard presented for that period of time. The dashboard contains a whole bunch of really useful visualizations with information around all of the reports that you see across the top, presented all on a single page. So you can see a bird's eye view of your business. As we go across the top, we have more in-depth reports moving across, and we have a specific video to cover these reports in more detail. The add-ons pane allows you to get to your add-ons at any particular site that you're using nice and quickly. It's the same tab that we went over in the Sites tab under add-ons here. The Partners section allows you to do a couple of things really, really nicely. Firstly, it allows you to connect with partners in your area that can either help you set up Kounta, give you support for on-site troubleshooting issues, or do accounting or hardware purchase services for you. You can sort by the different options of your partners here. You can sort by the locations once you've chosen a country here, and then a state here. There's also an option to share a counter where you can pop someone's email address in and it'll send them a beautifully formatted email telling them a little bit about Counter if you think it'd be good for their business. And then you have your company settings. Now, a company holds all of your sites, so your company settings are settings that translate to all of your sites within your company. These are things like taxes that your company can attach to products, or payment types that your company accepts. Both of these are managed from this company settings. You can use this button to switch from company to company in back office, or the help button at the bottom here to reach out for help. Now, help is contextual based around the page that you're on, or it'll take you to this page, which is our support page. You can get access to our support center with videos like this or a whole host of guides. You can ask questions directly of our support team, or there's phone support options for our Plus plan and up. If we jump into our product section for a moment, and we hit on help, you'll see we're presented with a number of guides extremely useful to the product section. So we have adding products, product settings, importing products, creating variants. If we go into our People's tab and we hit Help, we'll get a list of completely different guides based specifically on what we're looking at, which is extremely useful. The only other buttons that we see in back office are the News button, which will give you access to any pop-up information that has appeared in back office. So in this case, I have all of these notes from different people here. If I've seen any videos in back office, they'll appear here as well. If anyone's reached out to me or I've seen an interesting bit of information on a certain page as I've visited it the first time, it'll be in this list. So check back here if you wanted to check over any of those. And then we have the pause button, allowing us to get to the point of sale, which is the selling screen of Counter, which there is a completely separate basics video for. And finally, our profile image. Our profile image gets us access to the My Counter dash, which is over here, nice and quickly. You can go to your profile information, your account information, go to our support section, you can give feedback, invite friends, you can have a look at your device preferences, or indeed you can log out. And that's a basic 101 of the Counter back office.